You got it?
Yeah. If you don't play it, what you gonna
Go
do?
ahead. Go ahead. I'll let you do it.
Welcome
I
to the
didn't
Man
know
in the Metaverse. We having a little technical difficulties over here. I got my regular stream. Brandon is in his hometown, Atlanta, and streaming
Xbox.
streaming from his mama
Columbia.
house. So
For
he's on
sure.
the phone. So excuse, we apologize for the audio, but we gonna have some great content today. Brandon, how you doing this
I'm doing
afternoon,
pretty.
this
I'm doing
evening?
pretty good. I've been, like I said, I've been on vacation, been away, but we did want to give you guys some content, talk about some things. Might be a little hard to hear me, but I still want to come on here and go live with you.
See, Brandon got the right kind of mindset. He can just travel, be a tag along, and he'll call it a vacation. That's the right type of mindset you need to have.
And why is that? Please explain why that is.
Because people, when they say having a vacation or island, they want to
Mhm.
spend thousands of dollars to go somewhere.
No.
But it's just about going new places or going to different places with people you
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brandon May can have a good time going to Target if the crowds ain't long
Right,
and
right.
hanging out there.
And I just like traveling different places, seeing how people are in different parts of the country. Because I went to Target in Utah. It's kind of similar to Target down south, but like I say, you don't see a lot of black people, and it was pretty interesting to kind of communicate with some people in Utah and see how they felt, like whether they were scared to talk to me, wanted to talk to me, that kind of thing. So
Now,
I got some feedback.
what was the temperature like in Utah, Brandon?
It was around 30 degrees. I think the wind chill made it like in the teens, but it wasn't super cold. Like I've been places where it's been colder than that, like in the teens, in the actual teens, but it was snowing. So
If y'all can see this wonderful picture right here, Brandon, can you see this on your screen?
yeah, yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, Brandon took this picture yesterday or the day when you took this picture, Brandon.
Probably about 2 days ago. Probably about
2
2 days
days
ago.
ago, guys. Look at this view right now. If Brandon had his stuff right, he could sell this way. He may could sell this photo.
Right, right.
You know, I know you'll sell the video if you came
Yeah, yeah,
up
yeah.
like this to it.
Right. I was trying to, and it's so windy, and because you get because you fly your drone, you get that wind warning where the wind is too strong to really fly. So I tried to fly as much as I could and get as much footage as I could, but it was really tough. And like I said, it was snowing off and on, and I didn't want to lose my drone because I had a lot of data on that drone.
Now, did you meet any special people that have like 6, 7, 10 wives since you was in Utah?
No, no, I didn't see any. I saw some, what would you call them? People that live off the grid. What do they call? With the little house on the
Start
prairie
with an A,
side.
Amish.
Yeah, Amish. Okay, I saw one lady dressed in Amish garb. I would say that, but she was still doing regular stuff. She had a cell phone. She was on a flight. But as far as that kind of thing, like it's regular people in Utah. It's just you know it's white people who are interested in black people, and they're not scared of black people. They don't see me a different way. Like if I'm down south or something like that, and run into a white person. It's not
Now,
any tension. It wasn't any tension really. I'll say that.
now, since you are a different looking black guy,
What does that
Brandon,
mean? What drink? Well, I got lots of them. I got
you
lots.
you,
Hold on,
you
let me,
got dread
hold on, let me turn
you,
this light off.
you got dreadlocks,
Uh huh.
and also you taller than most people in the world,
Right, right. That is correct. I
and
went.
with that
Go ahead, go ahead.
gold necklace on, they could have thought you was an athlete. So
And I got that. We went to the Utah game and we caught a train, and I was like a random white guy started talking because people are very friendly out there. And he was like, "Dang, you kind of tall and athletic. Do you play? Do you used to play?" I get that a lot. People like to say I play basketball because I'm tall, but nobody was scared of me. And like I say, they say crime is very low in Utah, and everybody kind of they know what they're doing. They're not really any gangs and that kind of stuff going on. It's people working and trying to enjoy life. There's a lot of beautiful things to see, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Food's not good, but other than that, it's a nice place to be.
well, I said they just some regular folks out there. I just
Yeah.
saw a picture. This looks like Burlington Coat Factory right there. So it's just a regular middle
That's
class
a right,
people.
right, right.
Yeah, no,
They
no.
want to ski, they want to snowboard, that kind of stuff. They got parks and places to do stuff, just like anywhere else. And people just do their stuff, work, mind their business, go home.
And is that the Rocky Mountains in the background?
I'm not sure what mountains those are exactly, but I wouldn't say they're the Rocky Mountain. I was trying to look some of that stuff up, but where I was South Jordan, and when I went up, like those mountains are kind of close to Salt Lake City. So whichever mountains, and because it's a ton of mountains out there, and there's a lot of
Uh-huh.
different mountains. So not sure exactly which ones those are. I have to look at the map and try to see, but.
Now, what kind of footwear do you wear? Since you got all the snow and ice down there, you didn't go out there on no Air Force Ones or Jordans, did
No, I did not.
you?
Luckily, my wife is prepared, and she ordered us a bunch of that ski, like the overall ski suits, and we had ski boots and stuff like that. So I was warm whenever we were out, but I did try to go outside with some Nikes on. I was like, no, I'm not gonna be able to do anything with no Nikes on.
It's
I know,
30
listen,
degrees that
right,
cold,
but
Brandon. You gotta have ski stuff on.
that's the thing. Like I'm walking around, stepping in snow, like my whole foot is in snow. So I had some like thin Nike, like running Nikes. So my whole foot was wet. Like we were just coming downstairs to see what was going on in the street, see if you can
Uh-huh.
just have some regular stuff on. But no, I had to put my ski stuff on. Like most people don't do that because I'm out of town. I'm not used to the weather. I could have, but I would have been more comfortable with some ski stuff on. And I put it on, and I was cool.
Would you recommend the beautiful community take a visit to Utah, Brandon?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think
What what what
traveling.
what,
Okay, go ahead.
what would be the top 3 things they could do in Utah? I know you was there for a short time. What you would
Yeah,
say?
yeah. Take the train, go uptown. Like Utah is just like any other city. Like it has a lot of bars. It's got a basketball team. Just that kind of stuff. You can go to a ski resort. I know that's not in every place, but it's basically a regular city, just with people with a different mindset
You're
and
right.
people not looking to get into trouble. I would say it's just people are just preoccupied on what they're doing and want to be friendly and want to talk and communicate and see what's going on. Like you go to other cities, like if I'm in Atlanta trying to do the same thing, I gotta watch out what's going on. Like you still have to do that in Utah, but it's just a different experience. So I think people should travel, see, because just because your mama is somewhere, that doesn't mean you have to live there too. You can travel around and see what city fits you.
Okay, Brandon, say that, but sure, it's up to your family close by.
That's true.
It is
That's
worth
true.
some good stuff at times. That's all.
You're
That's all
right.
I got to say.
You're right.
All right, Brandon, you wanted to kick it off with this gentleman right here.
Yeah.
Now I can let you break this off because you wanted to talk
Okay,
about
that's fine.
this fine Texas actor.
Right, because I think we left off where he's found guilty of some things, and he's going to be sentenced soon. But he decided now to come and speak out about some things. He was saying the injuries he endured. I guess I want to say they didn't want to use that in the court. They didn't want to bring that up as evidence, right? Don't you think that's something valuable to the case? His wounds, his injuries.
That is viable to the case, but that's wasn't a goal. The goal wasn't to
It wasn't.
the
Yeah,
white
he
girl.
was right. She wasn't on trial. Right, correct.
Yeah,
But that's a. I guess that should have been one of his red flags to be like, hold on, let me move again. Hold on. Yeah, we probably not gonna do this too long, but no. That should
now
have been.
what is you doing out there? What's the light? What light you talking
My
about?
mom has motion sensor garage lights in her thing, so I can't keep them on. That's all that is. I had to get out and move to keep the lights on. But
Okay,
no,
all right.
listen, that should have been a red flag to him. Be like, okay, my injuries aren't going to be taken into consideration. So it's not like a me versus her. It's just the state versus me, really. And I have to prove that I didn't do any damage to her, or I'm going to be in trouble.
That is
And
correct.
I think he kind of felt like he was going to win. He was going to be found innocent. Should he have felt that way? No, he shouldn't. If I think if it's a wonderful woman involved and she has tears and injuries, whether they can prove that you hurt her or not, you're gonna be in trouble.
Well, he knew we were in trouble when they said they dropped the charges against her.
Right, exactly. That's another red flag. So I think he sounds like he's shocked, but he shouldn't be too shocked. And what I gather from this interview is this brother can act. Did you see the performance he put on? Do you think he's believable? You think he's in a character, or do you think he really talks and acts this way? Because do you think this brother? Do you think this brother is like us? I would say that. Do you think this is just a regular? I don't know. I don't want to say a regular beautiful person like me and you, but
no,
what kind
this,
of yeah,
this guy is an Ivy League. He talks like an Ivy League black guy.
There you go. Right. There you go. So I think he feels like he's above me and you in the court's eyes. They're gonna be like, okay, well, this brother, he's acting. He's he's cultured. He talks a certain way. You saw them jeans he had on in the interview with them boots.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with them jeans.
It's nothing wrong with them. But would you go in the interview with your legs crossed and the boots and jeans on like that? You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. So
hey, if it was 95, I will.
Okay, right. He kind of dressed like Sinbad would back in the day.
But he had bell bottoms though. Those bell bottoms he had on.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is I think he felt like he's above this. He's cultured. He's smart enough to win the case in his mind. So I think he thought that would be enough. But this America, you still a black man, a big burly black man who hurt a wonderful woman. And at the end of the day, somebody's gonna have to pay. He's dating Megan Good now.
It's Coretta Scott King. That's his Coretta.
Right, but I don't like that. You call the wonderful woman your Coretta Scott King.
No, he didn't call her that.
He was trying to say, I want somebody to be down with me like Coretta Scott King. Yes. Now he's trying to use that again. You can't use that again and think you're gonna get the same impact. Like, we've heard it already, so you can't say that again. But I mean, he may not. Go ahead.
He should have said that was my Michelle Obama over there.
Yeah, but he said that he got to come up with somebody else.
Who gonna come up with, Brandon?
I don't know.
How many of us stick together? Who you gonna come up with? Oh, you need to be my Bill Cosby wife.
right, Bill Cosby. There you go.
That's what I need. Like let me get out and do my thing.
Right.
And you still be there.
That's funny. But so what kind of things did you gather from this interview?
I got her. He's sticking. He did not assault anybody because he, like you said, he's being for Yale. He probably thought it was common sense. If two people do this, sometimes you gonna catch some bruises on yourself.
Right.
And he probably thought it was common sense that if a person reached for your phone, probably in an aggressive manner, some people may do something like this. But nah. But he did recognize he should never pick it up and try to put it in that car. That's what done it.
Yeah, that's what we kind of messed up on. And I was trying to think, because we can be biased. So I try to put myself in the shoes of the lady's father. So if that was my daughter being shoved in the car, and my daughter was chasing after somebody like that, I would let her know you're wrong. And I'm not sure whether hold on, let me cut my camera off.
Nah, man, Brandon, just keep it rolling, Brandon. Don't mess with the light no more. Just keep it. That'll be fine.
Okay. But no, but I'm not sure if I would want him to do time. Like, if I'm looking at the whole scale, my daughter is wrong in the situation too. Like, if I'm being fair, if my daughter did that, would I want him to do jail time and do all this stuff? I don't know. I wouldn't want it to go to court. I just wouldn't want it to go to court, because then my daughter's name is being put out there and she looks a certain way. Like, I would just be looking at the bigger picture. What do you think?
Brandon, your problem is you're a beautiful man. And a wonderful man do not think like that. It's it's no forgiving.
You're right.
First of all, he had that BBC in that wonderful woman.
Okay.
That's grown. Now she tainted. That's how some people think.
You're right.
So
now you gotta pay.
I gotta pay. He need to serve 5 years in prison for what he done to my daughter.
Right, you're right.
Had a delusional chasing out for a attacker.
Yeah, and I guess you gotta think, like, now the father's friends. You gotta have people know that somebody threw your daughter in the car. She was chasing people. So yeah, you may be feeling a certain type of way. You want justice. You want him to pay for what happened.
Well, this ain't now. Justice was not served all the way around.
No, it wasn't served all the way around, but
It
Do
just
you
got
think they're
served one
satisfied?
way.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's what I'm saying. They're satisfied.
You said who?
They are.
The woman and her family, they're satisfied.
Nah, they probably not. They probably want more, Brandon. I could
Yeah,
guarantee
I
you.
mean, yeah, okay, but I think they want to ruin. They rather him lose some stuff too. Like if he's gonna be found guilty, they want him to lose some movies and stuff because
He lost
that'd be
movies.
embarrassment. Right. That's what I'm saying. So I think they are a little bit satisfied. They probably want more for sure. Do you think they're gonna settle out of court or she's
Oh,
gonna look for punitive damages and all that kind of stuff?
Oh, once he gets sentenced, that's where they set him up. That's why. See what this how the system works.
Mm-hmm.
You get that criminal charge. That means a civil is coming right behind you if you got money, and that
and
civil
it's easy to win. It's easy.
Yes,
to win.
Because it was all already proven in court.
Yeah.
Now this man was supposed to star in a Dennis Rodman movie, and they dropped him, Brandon.
Oh man, now that would have been good, man. Because like I said, I watched this interview. This brother can act. He's deep in the character. I don't think this is the real him. Like,
No, this is the real him. You heard
sure.
about the telephone? Hold
I'm
on.
not sure. I think you're right.
LaGretta, I don't need you to act like this.
But I think he's stuck. I think
I
he's
need
stuck
you to
acting.
be calm. I need you to be calm and settle. You need to be my Loretta Scott King. I'm not a monster. I'm a good man. I just made some bad mistakes. I am sorry. You know, that's how he talks.
Right. And I don't like to say this kind of stuff. He almost giving those narcissistic vibes. Like he kind of seems kind of controlling and like he feels like he's larger than he may really be. Did you see him in any movie? Did you see him in Creed? Like he did a phenomenal job acting in Creed.
I didn't watch him in Creed. Was he a thug in Creed?
Kind of, yeah.
Just the way he moved as a boxer and just how he embodied that role. Like he was very believable.
How he was talking.
He wasn't talking like this. He wasn't talking like this.
Well, like I'm saying, I could kind of see the real him in it because we heard him on the tapes and I've heard him on this interview. But I think he's a really good actor and he's a very smart person. And smart people like that, they can be manipulative if they want to. I'm not saying he wants to do that. I think he has a goal in mind. He has a woman that he wants in mind, or what he wants his woman to do, I should say. Because it's Megan Good and this woman that he had before. Are they similar types? Are those similar type women? I mean, they kind of.
No, they complete. Megan Good is a B-class actor. The other woman is a support cast, a dancer. Hey, you know, she ain't nothing.
Right.
No disrespect to her, but she ain't no Megan Good.
But so you think he couldn't get Megan Good before he got her, or what? What do you think did it?
Nah, he could get Megan Good before he got her.
But what do you think?
But them charges slapped them. Them charges slapped them into reality. You know, it's a risk. You know the risk you take. What Cat Williams said. I seen what happened, so I ain't never gonna be with a wonderful woman because I know what will happen.
Right.
It don't happen all the time. It don't happen a lot.
It's a small chance, like you say. You kind of. I'm not saying you setting yourself up, but it's always a way for them. If it is a greater power and they want you to do certain things, if you get with somebody, they can easily craft a story together and bring you down. And that's kind of what they did with him. I mean, he did some things to bring himself down, but if this woman was beautiful, if it was a beautiful woman, I don't think he would have lost everything. All this would have happened.
It'll be a fine, $500. Go home.
Right.
That's all it'll be.
Right. I was reading. They might like the black woman up. They may lock the black woman up. They saw this black girl in your crib. This your black. Oh yeah, everybody get her out of here. Did she tear up your stuff? They might have pressed charges on her.
Well, you never know. I'm reading a book called "They Was Her Property," and it highlights how wonderful women they control and own enslaved people too.
Okay.
And they went to court, had rights and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when they go to court in that book,
Mm-hmm.
if they feel like they was done wrong or got swindled out of money over a slave person, they was winning in court. Even though they could be all the way wrong, the judge would be like, okay, we hear her, she came here, let's just pay the difference. All right. You sold the slave for her for $800. 2 weeks later, the slave gets sold for $1,000. Pay the lady the difference. You owe her $200.
Right.
Even though she didn't have the right to go up in there, because she was underage selling slaves. We're gonna overlook that.
Right. Well, what's this book called? You say you're reading this book?
There was her property.
Okay.
Yeah. A whole book. I got to get back to my reading so I can be more educated when we talk on here.
I got you.
Now, Brandon, you ever heard a song "Sip Up on My Lifestyle"?
Yeah, for sure.
Nobody be betting, but me tonight. You know how it go, Brandon?
Like
all right. I don't know
what they're saying.
I was on YouTube today. They played that song in the courtroom 2 days ago, Brandon.
And what were they trying to use that in court for?
The judge didn't understand it. I didn't understand it. But he was like, you can ask the people in his videos about Young Thug credibility. Birdman, they said Birdman in court. Birdman, he was in there.
But that's not fair. Like I said, if Bruce Willis was on trial for a crime, well, then you think they'll play Die Hard or some of his old movies? Look at him. When they do that, no, I'm like, this is a job, sir. I'm a rapper. This is my profession. This is not real. Y'all can try to tie all this stuff together, but this is a music video, just like a movie. They're not supposed to be able to do this. So they ain't gonna play. Look at this Die Hard too. Look at Bruce Willis coming down, just letting that thing off, killing all these people. So if we looking at the evidence, Bruce Willis is a killer. He killing without any thought. They're not gonna do anything like that.
So you say if Sylvester Stallone got in the DV with his wife,
right?
And it popped in the movie Rambo. They said, "Look at this!
Look at him, he's crazy.
Look at him! He put the thing across his eyes like this."
Right? They're not gonna play that in court. No, they're not gonna play that in court.
That's not evidence.
I'll be like, sir, I'm a rapper. This is
not real. You think I'm rapping about selling drugs and killing people? That's not smart. Why would I do that? But they call that telling on yourself.
He was saying that Birdman, they use the word Birdman, and Rich Homie Quan knows this guy is a good guy. That's what his lawyers were saying. The judge's like, what dude? This don't even make sense. Why are you playing this?
Wait, hold on. The prosecution was playing it or the defense was playing it?
The defense was playing it.
Wait,
you know?
I thought it was the other way around. No. The prosecution was trying to use it.
Yeah, and then they were padding to the people in the hill.
Wow,
that's even worse. That's even. You said it was bobbing the head.
I said nobody was bobbing the head.
Oh,
though.
Nobody was bobbing the head.
No, there was just. But there was embarrassing the whole music.
Right. So do you think the lawyers are doing a good job for Young Thug? Because what I've seen so far, they're not doing a really good job.
No, I think the court system is bonkers. It's a joke. It's games. Jonathan Majors, he got injuries on him too, but we ain't gonna worry about those. We just gonna focus on that thumb, that ear, you know.
Because let me ask you this real quick. If I'm holding my phone and you're mad, you just try to snatch it. Could you scratch me and hurt me? Well, in the process, and
correct.
Make me defensive, and now I'm out of my character because you hit me and you hurt me. I'm not saying that's what happened, but that could be used as a defense, and I should be found not guilty because of that. Because you started this altercation.
Well, brother, we know what happened up in that car.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last time a girl put their hands on me? You think that shit was just one hit? or they kept on coming.
Right. There you go. Okay, I see if a girl is gonna hit you, it's not gonna be like I'm gonna just hit you one time and it's controlled and I'm gonna stop. She gonna keep coming. And you gotta either hold her, you gotta hit her, or you're gonna have to run. Either one of those options.
I don't know about no hitter now, Brandon. I ain't do all that.
I didn't say you, but some people will hit back, right? Have you seen,
you gotta do a double arm takedown. That's what you gotta do. Get both of the arms. The Cole never did this now, but this is somebody else. Get both of the arms and take it down. And not wrap them. You gotta pin them to the ground. Cause rapping could be almost like choking and stuff.
You're right.
Put it to the ground. Right. Yeah, you think. And did I, Brandon, was I just standing right beside the coffee table? Standing up?
Right.
And then somebody for 15 feet away from me come to me? Or before that, when I was 20 feet away, you like candles for scents, right?
Yeah.
And a candle go flying across the room, a lit candle come flying across the room. Right. Bust the chandelier, but still had enough force to go across my head. Go across my head.
That's a lot.
Now this is a lit candle too, Brady.
Right.
And then I go to the coffee table. There's somebody 10 feet away. Come on now, Brady.
Right.
And how you react is going to determine whether you go into jail or not. So men have to be smart in how we handle those kind of situations, because you can't fight back. If somebody hits you that's the opposite gender, you can't hit them back with the same kind of aggression, because it's just not equal. Things are not equal that way.
And this was in front of her friend at my place.
That's a dangerous situation.
What you think I did, Brandon? Oh, what you think I did? I was just curious. What did I do?
Might have left. You might have left. That's one of the only things you can do.
You can call the police, but
no. What I did to get all that.
To deserve it. Just not communicating, not being given answers that the person didn't want,
or asking questions
to bring up topics to have an argument about.
All right, I go tell her what happened. At this point in my life, I wasn't waiting in line for no restaurants. So we decided.
Why not?
I don't know. Well, it'd be an hour away. I ain't saying no hour to eat at this little place here. Right. So I left 3 people. I left. I went to another restaurant, like a bar just up the street. I got me a Reuben. I had me 2 drinks. So happened they got back before me. Then when I got back after them, that's what the whole thing was about, brother.
So did you communicate that you're leaving? Maybe we should all leave and go to where I'm going?
Well, I said, shit, they wanted to stay there to eat that food. I said, man, I ain't waiting here for no. I looked around. You had to sit in a little thing like this. I said, nah, I ain't doing all that. Not today. I do it now.
I don't think anything was wrong with that, especially if she's with her friends. They can go do that. You can go do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is, I arrived after them, Brandon. That was the problem.
I hear you, but still, okay.
So a candle, Brandon, you know what a candle is, right? Wait, hold on. Let me show you one.
The skinny one, or the fat one.
This is probably about 5 pounds right here.
Okay, that's the ones I was thinking about. Yeah. And glass.
Yeah, and it was lit. You know, and she plays softball, so she know how to throw them motherfuckers.
And that would have hurt. And that would have really hurt. And could have started the fire.
It bust through a chandelier, but did not lose its It kept going in its right direction. Right. And it hit the back door. I pow. And then the little thing left a little burnt mark on it. But all that. But once that missed, then here she come with the damn the other shit. But yeah, that's how sometimes that happens in life, man.
Right.
And
what
Brandon,
if you
watch
picked
this.
up something and threw something back?
Huh?
I said, what if
You then picked something up that you saw and threw it back and hit her.
Brandon, why would I do that, Brandon?
Do you think why would somebody throw something at you? That's what people do sometimes. Sometimes they lose it.
They have a behavior problem, man. We got a behavior problem.
Some people do for sure.
And and years after that, they got in trouble with simple assault against somebody else twice.
Mm-hmm.
So was it me? Was I the problem?
No.
You know, I told exactly what the shit I done.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I was on Facebook just kind of
Looking at a lot of people that we went to school with and stuff, and it's a lot of people married. But if you listen to some of the conversations that other people have, nobody's married, all the men are cheating, there's no good men. No, it is good men out here. People are actually finding people that they feel like they can build with, and they're building with it.
What color people you talking about? Beautiful, wonderful.
It's beautiful people. Yeah, it's beautiful people.
Well, we know.
You're right.
I'm not gonna say it's white. We know white people are. Wonderful people are doing it too. But I think everybody is. But they try to act like the beautiful community is just no good men. You know what I'm saying? But there is a lot of good men doing a lot of good things. It's a lot of good fathers too.
Brandon,
that stuff isn't highlighted. Go ahead.
You know what's going on.
Young Thug that's highlighted. Me and you, that's all. That's probably what some people saw when they looked at me. Oh, that's Young Thug right there, because that's all they know sometimes about black people.
Brandon, you know what's going on. You have the hood rats, the educated.
That's fine.
No, listen to me. The hood rats, the educated girl from age 18 to 28, they want the same person. A muscular, tall Pookie.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, because that is exactly what they want. But you can't say that. You cannot say that, because I think that demographic that you're talking about, I think they feel like they can take that man and make him a good man. Do you agree with what I just said? You think that's what they think?
That's what they think. So somebody, yes, gotta change them.
Right, or they'll gotta change it.
And what's the odds of that happening?
Man, that's about one in 1,000.
Okay,
right, but it just seems like if that doesn't work and they have a bad experience with that guy, it's like, oh well, it's just all the men are like that. Like, I can't find any men, but it's not true. Like, it's a lot of black men that are looking for somebody, but they may not measure up to what they're looking for. And like you said, that's what they're looking for: a tall, muscular man who's making money, but he's still hood ninja too. At the same
He don't
time.
have to make money.
You don't think? Okay, well,
if you got 8 inches, you don't need no money.
You're right. They'll still say they want somebody making money, but for some reason, it's a certain type of a beautiful man that no matter what, they'll still give him a chance over somebody who's better for them. I think that's just something I see with our community.
And then you take a guy look like T.I., but without the money, 5'9", skinny guy.
Right, nothing wrong with it. Like
it can talk well. They don't want him.
Got a job.
Got a job.
You know, that kind of stuff.
Got a 401k.
But he may be boring. You know, he may be boring. He just not. He ain't got enough swag. He don't have that it factor.
Well,
but you know who does?
Who?
Pookie has that it factor.
And what factor is that? I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be worthless by the time I'm 40.
Yes.
Huh?
Right. Yes.
My best years is 2018. No, my best years of my life is 16, 17, 18 to 25. After that, I'm a piece of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
A man's best years should be 40, 50, 60.
Right. But you
maybe late 30s.
You think on the flip side, men do the same thing? I just don't think men chase after the wrong type of woman so much where they just can't get out of it. Like, if a man is looking to settle down, he's not going to try to settle down with a stripper or or somebody that's like that. That's just opposite of them. They'll have sex with them, but as far as settling down with somebody like that, they know it's not gonna work. We know it's not gonna work. We're not trying to force that into working.
I think men focus on pleasant to look at, peaceful to be around,
right,
and have a real vagina. If you got three of those, if you got three of those things,
go, right.
A man will find you. A good man will find you some way, somehow.
Right.
Now, if you want to be a cream of the top woman, you real good to look at, peaceful to be around, nurturing, nurturing, and you got a real vagina. Now you top of the line. right. You see? Now flip it on women's size. What the women want?
Tall.
Okay.
Handsome.
Got edge. Right. Like I said, I think you can't be corny. Like we use a Jonathan Majors example. Did they want him when he was looking kind of puny, or do they want him looking like cut up like he was in Creed? It's the same person. You think Megan Good was gonna talk to Jonathan Majors looking like driving Miss Daisy? Or
nah,
she want muscular. He was doing the Kane. He was playing that in Marvel. That's what she wants. So I think
now they don't want the Marvel. I never see the movie. They want the Creed one.
Okay, they want the Creed one.
They probably want that.
I got you. But like I said, it's the same person. It's the same person.
Now, Mr. Taylor, we kind of got off Young Thug, but he says Young Thug lawyer should have said his client was speaking pure pootie on the song Lifestyle. Now, I don't want to. I'm not a lawyer, but Young Thug may have a case of my lawyer is incompetent. Please dismiss this whole trial.
Right. Maybe that's what they're going for, a mistrial.
My lawyer is incompetent. Yeah, Mr. Taylor, his lawyer was talking about Birdman and Rich Homie Quan in the courtroom using those names, Rich Homie Quan and Birdman.
Right.
All right, Brandon, we got a little video to watch.
Okay, go ahead.
Tell me if you can hear it.
9:12 right now in a news alert out of New York City. Students are being forced to learn online as nearly 2,000 migrants move into their school.
Nate Foy is live in Brooklyn with the latest with what's going on. Nate, what can you tell us about this?
Well, good morning. I can tell you that a couple state assemblymen and concerned parents just spoke moments ago, and they are very upset that the students at this school, 3,600 students, are learning remotely today because of those nearly 2,000 migrants that moved in last night at the city's direction. Those migrants, because the weather is a bit better today than it was last night, have since been moved back to their tent facility. That happened at 4:30 this morning, but the impact continues for the students today. They're learning remotely. All sports practices have been canceled, and we just heard from concerned parents saying that some teachers aren't even showing up for the remote learning sessions. So they say that this really is not a situation that they're comfortable with. But take a look at this video as you see those 2,000 migrants arrive here last night. Again, it was because of bad weather threatening their nearby tent facility. The school notified parents of the students. The city writing, quote, "The health and safety of migrants in our care is always a top priority, which is why we are currently overseeing the relocation of 1,900 guests from the Humanitarian Emergency Response and Relief Center at Floyd Bennett Field. That relocation is forcing students to again learn at home, a proven disaster for learning, as we saw during COVID. Florida Governor and presidential hopeful Ron DeSantis spoke about this last night. Listen here.
That's funny.
The government is commandeering the schools to house illegal aliens.
The migrants now are back at Floyd Bennett Field, but many are wondering for how long. Of course, we're in the middle of winter here in New York City. We just had a nor'easter over the weekend, and harsh conditions are expected, throughout the winter. So people are concerned that this could happen again, not only at this school, but in other districts across New York, which is why these two assemblymen who are not part of this district are here speaking today. And they say that they're drafting legislation to prevent the city from housing migrants in active schools. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says the city is full. Of course, you guys are running into similar problems in Chicago, and the mayor's office says that they're considering all options here. We'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you, Nate. Ongoing.
All right, Brandon. New York is telling some high school students to go home and do remote work because we need to have some people who ain't paid 1 penny in taxes or contribute anything over here. They need to be here to sleep. And Mr. Taylor,
oh, go ahead.
yes, you are correct. Some people do like having sex in different places.
Right.
When I was 20, I could have been one of them. But it didn't happen too much because the girls were shy.
But back to what you were saying about the students being at home, like not only that the students have to be at home, that means a parent or somebody may have to be at home with the kids now, because I can't just have my 5-year-old or my 16-year-old, my 13-year-old home by themselves now, because I have to be watching what they're doing. I have to make sure they're doing their work, make sure they got food, all that kind of stuff, just because some people who aren't even supposed to be in this country are now living at this school.
Now, just for back context, I looked up the school. I think it's James Madison High School in Brooklyn, New York. The minority is 53% minority, and 73% of students are economic disadvantage.
Okay,
So like I said, most of our stuff, when these migrants come in, they bust them into the poorest part of the city. That's usually going to be minority. In this case, it's mostly Asians, Hispanics, then Black. But you know, the Asian.
But is New York by the border where they're coming in? No, it's not. So why are you gonna, as soon as you get them on the bus, go ahead and bus them right back to where they came from?
That's why I do.
Right. I'm not gonna bus you. I'm wasting gas taking you all the way, gas and money, taking you all the way to New York to put these students outside of their school so you can live. Meanwhile, there's homeless people sleeping outside who probably worked in this country, paid taxes, and they can't even find somewhere to live and stay and barely getting stuff to eat. But we're taking care of these people. I don't get why. You know, I kind of understand why. You know, like I said, remember I told you about the Utah game I'm not gonna say they're immigrants, but people of Mexican descent probably cleaning up after the Jazz game was over in Utah. And it's like this country wants cheap labor, and I think they want illegal labor.
Yes, this country needs cheap labor to build these houses. Like Brent, I have you would say I'm a shop teacher background. All right.
Okay, I got you.
So houses hasn't been built well since the early 90s.
Okay.
When all these people coming up here,
by the way, I agree.
They're coming up here. They say they're hard working, but the quality is not there,
It's
Brandon.
not there, right? Right. You did a walkthrough of my house, right?
Yeah.
It was some minor things. Like I said, when we did a walkthrough, we saw some imperfections, and you can't catch everything, but it's not perfect, right? It's some things they cutting corners, trying to rush and throw these houses up so they can get them sold, right?
Correct. And they building so many high-priced houses. They gotta hire this how it works. This is what the wonderful plumber man told me a few years ago. He said on these track houses means cookie cutter houses. They just build them all the same. Okay. On these track houses, these companies, the company that built this house right here, like the biggest one in America, they want you to rebid every few months. So if you say I could do a plumbing job for $5,000 for each house, in a couple of months they could say you're gonna need to rebid because they want to keep the cheapest price.
Okay, I got you.
So if they have people rebidding to build more and more houses, they're gonna get most of these guys ain't certified, don't have no training, don't have no experience, but they gonna put your house together.
Right, for sure. And like I say, we just take it by. We just go with it. Like they're building a house. They looks like they know what they're doing, right? We don't bat an eye at it because we say Mexicans work hard or whoever they have out there is working hard. They know what they're doing, right? It's a contractor over all the workers, right? Isn't that how it normally is? Somebody's overseeing everybody
right.
that's under. Okay, so he is responsible for the job that they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is anybody really checking? Like, I know they do an inspection that, like, they build a little bit. Okay, go ahead. Tell me about it.
The place I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
the house was built. They put the plumbing in. No, the plumbing wasn't in yet, but it was already got checked off as expected.
Right.
But it wasn't
right.
the plumbing wasn't in the house yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You go in the basement when they left. The basement basin, the little with the basement pump what collects the water in the basement.
I got you.
That full of Corona bottles and piss. You know, I had to clean that out.
Mm-hmm.
A few months after the they put together, the quality, every nail, every screw or nail in the drywall was popping back out.
Oh, really? Wow. Mm.
So it's called a nail pop. So all the drywall had to be redone. There's a bunch of, leak in the ceiling.
Over and they just cutting too many corners. Mm.
So it's stuff being built now is not too good. Like cars are more advanced, but are they really better, Brandon?
No, they're not. It's a lot of technology in them, but they still break down. They still have issues. You're still gonna have to pay a lot to get them serviced.
Correct.
It's just something we just take on. We say that's fine. That's just what it's gonna be.
Now cars has got more horsepower and more fuel efficient, but that's about it.
Right.
They used to say, I'm about to talk like a dork. The death rate for car accidents was going down, but now it's jumping back up to record numbers.
You think that's more about the way it's built or just how reckless people are?
I think people on that damn phone too much, and people get a little too angry. People get too angry while driving.
Yeah.
So that's what I really think. But guys, Mr. Taylor, Chicago, you coming up next.
Yeah.
They're gonna be kicking those students out. They say you got to remote work. Ain't no good or well now got internet at the house.
Right. And that's another thing. Like, you have to make sure you got internet. You got to make sure you're logging on. I guess in theory, you'll be like, oh, well, it'll be better for you because now you don't even have to leave your house to go to school. But no, it inconveniences you. And we went through a lot of that through COVID too, where people were doing remote stuff from home. So,
well, first,
go ahead.
Kids may not have nothing to eat. Sometimes they use us go to school to eat lunch. You saw, Brandon, we went to school. How many people was eating breakfast there at school, Brandon?
Well, it was a couple people eating breakfast at school.
You ate breakfast at school before?
I didn't never eat breakfast at school. No,
I ain't never eat breakfast.
At home. It was some people, not a lot.
You see what I'm saying? Your mama and my parents, they had enough money to give us breakfast before we left.
Yeah.
Some people had to go to school early to eat that
to
breakfast.
Get their lunch, yeah. It was on reduced lunch and a bunch of stuff. Like, there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but it was some people that we knew that was on reduced lunch.
Correct. In elementary school, I had to pay that $1 or $1.25. Some people had to pay like a quarter or a nickel.
Right. I wonder what it is now. It'll be interesting to see how much kids pay for a school lunch.
You know how much it need to be? It need to be free. That's how much
it need to be free. Right.
Everything be free. We all struggling around here.
Right. You would think that the state should pay for your education if you're in elementary school or if you're in high school. That should cover your books, your food, all that stuff, field trips, all of that stuff. Sports. You shouldn't have to pay that much money to play sports for your team for school.
That is correct, especially if you making money for the school by playing sports. Right. Tickets and sales. My brother-in-law is a coach. I think they get half of the food bill and half of the tickets. They get the money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So people eating hot dogs, some of that goes to the school, some of it goes to the program.
Yeah.
Yeah, they split it. It's a shit. They split it now. Now, Brandon.
This was sad. This was sad to me.
Okay, explain it. You kick it off.
I think this is I'm not. Well, let me say, he's a mad, wonderful man. He is so upset that Alabama lost. Like they wasn't even in contention because he thinks he's the greatest college football coach ever. I think
He's a great CEO. That's what he does.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's a businessman. I
No,
see
no.
him more. Go ahead.
Head football coach don't. They put people in place and they just guide the people
Right,
in
you
place.
got right. You have the coordinators. You have those people.
Yeah.
You know, controlling team. You got quarterback coaches. Like I said, I think he's a good leader. He's a good leader. Like we'll say he's a good leader, but I think a lot of his dominance was because they're getting the best players, and after a while, you're not going to get the best players. Like it's going to be a shift. And I think he sees that shift coming. So he's like, you know what? My legacy is going to be affected. So let me go ahead and get out now. And I think he may try to come back. I think he wants to get some attention. He wants to, well, go ahead. How you feel? Because they've already replaced him with the Washington coach. I think that's what they replaced him with.
Brandon, me and Brandon never discussed this.
Nope.
Brandon had the same points I had. He's retiring because the competition is getting too great and he don't have the uneven playing field no more.
Right.
At one
you
point,
want to go to Alabama as a college kid if you could right now.
It don't make no difference. I will get paid no matter where I go.
There you go. Right. Right.
Before
you may have fun somewhere else. I'm pretty sure they get a lot of perks at Alabama, but hey, now I can get paid somewhere else. I can have fun somewhere else. I can be with my friends. I can do a lot of different things. Like the players have more power and more options. But go ahead. And he just don't like it.
And Taylor, I'm gonna prove that point right here, not later on. But let me finish this thing. Damn, something took my mind away.
What you just talking about Nick Saban and how we're on the same level as far as the thinking. Go ahead.
All right. Nick Saban, the NIL deal came into effect July 2021. Mm-hmm. This man immediately kicked Deion Sanders in the booty.
Right.
He said he paid what's the cornerback and wide receiver they got? The black guy? Travis Hunter.
Yeah, Travis.
He paid Travis Hunter $2 million to go to Jackson State. No, Jackson State only got 2 quarters, but he paid he paid him $2 million to go to Jackson State, and now all these other schools could buy players.
Right.
For past 12 years, Alabama was the only school who could buy players.
Right. But he's a great coach. He don't need no players. He can win with whoever he got.
No, he can't. If you come here, you're going to the NFL. If you come here, so the high school players who play football, they said, I think I could go in the NFL. I'm going to Alabama. So he was getting the top classes for 13 damn years.
Right.
And not the most skilled players. He was getting the wide receivers are pretty good. Quarterback's been awful, but not the most skilled players. But he was getting the linemen, the big country.
That's the whole game, right? That's really the whole game of football. Offensive line and defensive line. If you can hold the line, or you can put pressure on the quarterback. You can
have Matt Jones looking good. Have Matt Jones. Have Matt Jones. Colt McCoy looking good.
Right, and that's why I'm not ever so high on these quarterbacks that they have in college like that, because they have all the time in the world. They just back there looking around, throwing to whoever. But when you get in the NFL and it's some grown men and it's a real pressure because you're on a bad team with a bad offensive line, that's when you see the real stars in the NFL. And to talk about another coach, Bill Belichick, he's retiring too. I wonder why. Do you think, because he's a great coach as well. Or is it more?
No. Brady was a great player.
No, he made Brady. Brady is just a system quarterback. And it don't matter who he had. Because remember, they were trying to say he had Matt Castle. And the Patriots were still winning.
Matt Castle?
Right. You don't remember when Tom Brady was injured one
one season, and they had Matt Castle, and I think he still probably did maybe like 10. He had 10 wins, and he ended up getting a good deal because they were like, well, dang, Matt Castle must be pretty good. And I think he might have went to the Chiefs. We'll probably look it up later, but they were thinking Bill Belichick. It doesn't matter if he had Tom Brady, he could still win. But now we see Tom Brady's gone. They had Cam Newton. Plus they had Matt Jones.
But last time they had a competitive team was with Cam Newton, and he had 2 weeks. And he had 2 weeks to practice.
And they got rid of.
And they got rid of him. You see how they do it?
Right. Uh-huh. So
that team was still competitive.
Right, Bill Belichick looked right and said, "Now I'm about to go every time because I'm about to mess up my legacy." And Nick Saban's thinking the same thing. He's like, "It's not really coaching. Like coaching is important for sure, but you need talent and you need superstars to win championships. Like, is Bill Belichick? Can he win some games? Yeah, for sure. But did they make the playoffs this year? No, they didn't make the playoffs.
Nah, you can't, Brandon. You can't win all. You can't be over 500. Only have a defense.
You're right.
Your offense got to put numbers on the board.
You got to have a good quarterback, right? You got to have a good offensive line. You got to have some start playmakers because they've had some good players. They've had some good players in the past.
You don't need no good quarterback. You need to put 25 points on the board every game. Then you go, if you got a stellar defense, if you put 25 points on every game, you can win.
Right, but the Patriots never really. I mean, they've had some good running backs and they've had some decent wide receivers, but
Brandon They had great players, Brandon.
But I'm talking about now. Who is their wide receiver? Who is their running back now?
Shit, they spent $100 million when they got rid of Cam Newton. Put $100 million in the team. They should somebody be able to run with the ball.
And not to mention when the Patriots were dominant, a lot of players would take less money who were still good to join the Patriots to win a championship. But
they was doing that for Brady, man.
Yeah, they were doing it for Brady too, but he's not there now. And you know, him and Bill Belichick kind of bumped head. Remember, they were supposed to have Garoppolo. That was supposed to be the quarterback to replace Tom Brady, but they knew that wasn't going to work. So they ended up trading him to San Francisco. I can't even remember exactly, but
he never came over there. He went to San Francisco, but he never came over there.
Mm-hmm. What did Timothy say?
Elliott, he was a running back because
okay.
I'm telling you, Cowboys is some of the racist. Jerry Jones is one of the racist guy in the world. Anytime it comes to pay a black person, let him go.
Ain't got no money.
ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Ain't gonna do it.
Was Ezekiel Elliott still good, you think? And he came up in the Cowboys system. Okay, go ahead. He got 4 years.
This is Ezekiel Elliott. No, this is him right here. 3 yards. So if you need 3 yards, baby,
right.
He can get you 3 every time. He can't do 5. He can't do 6. He can't do that. He can do this every time now.
That sounds like a decent decent running back though.
No, it's not, Brad. I think a decent is like 4 or 5, Brad.
I hear you, but if I can get a guaranteed 3 yards every time, we'll have a first down every time.
No, you won't. No, you won't, Brad. No, you won't.
Okay.
Because when you second and 7, he can't do this. See,
so you start getting the pressure again.
He's a good 3 yards. He's a fullback now.
Okay. I got you.
That's good if you like at the line, but you in the middle of the field.
First and 10, he gonna get you 3. But when it's 2nd and 7, he might get stuffed at the line.
Well, okay, watch this. Okay, 2nd and 7.
Right,
he gets you 3.
Okay.
Then you be third. You be 4th.
It'd be 3rd and 4.
Okay. And he gets you 3.
So you be 4 for 1.
And you crazy as hell. Man, they gonna stop that. Come on, Brandon.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You're right.
He ain't running to the outside. All right. That's back him in 2016. He'll run to the outside. He ain't running to the outside no more.
I haven't even seen him this season. Like I said, I didn't even really realize he was on the Patriots.
So then how many games did he play for the Patriots? Like I said, I ain't even checking for the Patriots like that.
Well, if you don't win no games, you ain't getting played on TV. Colorado proved that. Colorado was on every TV show for 4 games.
Yeah,
You can't even watch one. Now let me get to my statistics.
Go ahead.
Now he started Alabama in 2007. On this, the first column is the games, and these the wins. So he started off with 76. Now, if you look at the losses, 2 loss, 0 loss, 3 loss, 1 loss, 1 loss, 2 loss, 2 loss, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But guess what happened in the NIA deal? 2021, 2 losses. The next year, 2 losses. Hold on, there's a pattern. This year, 2 losses. And check this out. This year, I looked at the games that was kind of tight. Each one with a mark was kind of tight. How many do you count, Brandon?
I can't really see it.
I'm just going with you.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 real tight games.
And how many points are you saying tight?
Like a 7 points.
Oh wow!
Like it could be anybody's ball game,
right? And that's not usually Alabama football. Where's a nail biter? Like we could lose every game almost.
Yes, and you rarely see a blowout now. Now watch this.
That's when the playing field gets level. And like I said, he knows that. But go ahead, I'll let you finish.
2022. Look at this. Tight game, tight game, tight game, tight game. And you have a few blowouts. Now watch 2021. You see a lot of 40-point games.
Okay.
So they was more.
That's what. Yeah.
As the ball field got more competitive, even the playing field more even. This guy couldn't handle it and he quit.
Right.
And that's exactly what it is too.
He's not you can't say he's a great coach. He had the best players every year for over a decade.
And he didn't do it like how normal people
retire. Like it should have been taught. I mean, is he losing? He's not losing. He's not having a losing season. He's still winning, right? He's still like if you lose 2 games, I know that's not the same, but we weren't talking about Nick Saban retiring at the beginning of the season because they still had a chance in the early season to be in the championship game. But
yeah, you're right.
The end, they knew they weren't going to do it, so he's like, shoot, it's only going to get worse from here on out. So I might as well just buy out now and do what I want to do.
Yeah, we wasn't talking about him, but he ain't putting the numbers like he used to put up on there, Brandon.
He knows it. Yeah,
he ain't dominating.
Knows it too. Right.
We usually talk about Nick Saban a lot. Who did we talk? We talked about Deion Sanders a lot this season. We talked about Jim Harbaugh a little bit with Michigan, but he's usually the focus of college football. Alabama is usually dominating the airwaves. That's all people really talking about. It wasn't like that this year. That's something new for him.
Or last year.
Yeah, for sure.
And it started rearing his head the year before that. He can't keep up. This is what scares people. This is what they don't like from beautiful people. If the playing field gets level, people are afraid because beautiful people may step up and we may get some market share.
Yeah.
So you always got to keep it unlevel.
But if he's as great as he thinks he is,
should he even worry about it? Should he feel insecure? Should he feel like he need to rush into retirement? No.
Yes. Yes, Brandon. This is legacy.
I hear you, but if your legacy is really a legacy, you shouldn't have anything to worry about.
What happened to Jordan? What is Jordan's legacy?
Never losing in the finals.
Nah, Jordan's legacy is not making to the playoffs the last 2 years. Getting whooped.
You think so?
The media took that out. You see, Jordan paid them people off. Hey, don't tell people about the Wizards.
So you don't think Nick Saban can do the same thing? Like, are we gonna remember Nick Saban the same way when we look back at college?
No. Yes, Brandon, you're off. But we'll look at Nick Saban as when the playing field got level, Nick Saban was not dominant as he once was. When good players could go to all the teams, somehow Nick Saban could not blow out any more teams. So was Nick Saban a great coach and coached up players to be great? Or did Nick Saban receive the best players and coach them up to be great, but they was already great before they got there, already had the talent? All right, we're going to see if Brady go come back or not. Now, Brady don't come back. We made this call this a day. Hold on. Oh, Brandon's completely off. Yeah, Brandon don't come back. We made this call this a day, guys. But guys, if you have not hit that like button, make sure you hear it. Make sure you share this stuff out, man. We got videos dropping every single week. Just check us out. We love to hear your comments. We comment on most people's comments. So, guys, tune in and stay with us.